Okay, welcome to physics class. In the session, we will discuss angstrom. Angstrom spherometer. So, which is used to measure the temperature of sun. So, today's topic is Angstrom's spherometer. So, the determination of solar constant. Determination of solar constant. Right. So you can observe the simple diagram for Angstrom's spherometer. Let me draw. So this instrument is used for the determination of solar constant. So which device, which instrument is called as spherometer. So this is the simple diagram for Angstrom's spherometer. So it consists of two thin, exactly similar blackened strips. So this angstrom briliometer consists two exactly blackened strips like this. These this is one blackened strip, this is another blackened strip, okay, which consists two blackened strips. So these two blackened strips arranged such a way that one is opened, this is opened strip which receives radiation from sun normally, while the other, which is another strip, protected by a shield called H, which is protected by a shield H and which is open. So sun radiation can incident on this strip. The backs of this strip S1 and S2, the backs of these strips S1 and S2 are connected to two junctions. So like this, these are connected to two junctions, okay. So of these two junctions are thermocouple, thermophiles, that means heat transferred. Say galvanometer G is connected through this wire. So thermocouples which consists of one is copper wire, and another one is like constant and wire. Okay, so these two the two different wires. So through the galvanometer G, the strip S2, this strip S2 is heated electrically with the help of electric circuit. We can draw this electric circuit. Okay, so this strip S2, this is S2, so which is heated electrically with the help of electric circuit. So the help of this electric circuit, right. So when both S1 and S2 are same temperatures, when S1 and S2 are same temperatures, then the galvanometer G shows no deflections. The temperature S1 and S2 are same, then the galvanometer has zero deflections, that is no deflections. When S1 is exposed to radiation, that means radiation incident on that S1 which heated, then temperature increases. So then the temperature increases of S1, then S2 has no temperature, then galvanometer shows the temperature difference here S1 and between S2, then galvanometer shows some deflections. There is no current flows in the circuit S2, that means no temperature at S2 and the temperature S1 at high because solar radiation incident on S1. So the temperature difference is more between S1 and S2 then galvanometer shows deflections. Then now current is passed through S2, strip S2. Current is passed through strip S2 and its strength is so adjusted, then the galvanometer shows no deflections. When the temperature of S2 is the temperature of S1, no temperature difference between S2 and S1, then galvanometer shows no deflections. So to increase the temperature of S2, we have to apply some voltage. That means current passing through this strip S2 which increases the temperature. Due to this current, the temperature increases in the strip S2. If S2 temperature is same on S1 temperature, then the temperature difference is 0, then there is no deflections in the galvanometer. So at these temperatures we can measure the current, that is by using ammeter. So then we can note the value of I by using this ammeter. So if the area of this cross section strip is capital A, area is A, area of strip A, and small a be the absorption coefficient. So the energy absorbed by this solar radiation received per minute per square meter is Vi into 60 by capital A current, capital A area, small a absorption coefficient and 4.2 joules. That is the constant value, 4 joule constant, calorie centimeter per -2 and minute per power -1. That is the solar constant S. So V be the voltage. So we can measure the voltage by using voltmeter. I be the current. You can measure this current using ammeter into 60 by capital A be the area and small a be the absorption coefficient into 4.2. Okay, where V and I be the voltmeter reading and ammeter reading. So this experiment was performed so many times on the same day under same constant conditions. So with different elevations of sun, different directions of sun, so the average value of solar constant was then calculated by performing the experiment through this year. Here the observed value of solar constant is S and the true value of solar constant is S0. Then the relation is S is equal to S0 into tau. Tau means transmission coefficient power secant Z. What is the secant Z? So here Z be the zenith distance of the sun. So here the zenith distance of the sun means the angular, that is the angular altitude. Angular altitude. So taking logarithm on both sides, log s is equal to log s naught plus log tau power secant z. Then log s is equal to log s naught plus secant z into log tau. So from the experimental data we can draw a graph between secant z and log s. So in the above formula, log s is equal to log s naught. Here log s naught be the initial value, so which has some initial value, that is log s naught. So this value is log s naught, log s naught. So from this experimental data, a graph is drawn between secant z and log s, so which gives a straight line with the initial value log s naught. So from this value of s naught can be calculated. So the value s naught be so nearly s naught is equal to 1340 watt per meter square. Okay, so this value substitute in this above equation, log s naught and secant z tau, you can calculate the solar constant. That is the arrangement, experimental arrangement and working of Angstrom's ferriometer. Okay, thank you students.